Thought I would create a super fast video of a few things that you really want to do before phase 3 drops, or even if phase 3 has dropped, you know, I think this is still going to be useful information here. So first thing I would do is I would research what runes are going to be out for your class. Now we already know a few of the new runes that are going to be out, and they look pretty freaking awesome, to be fair. Really looking forward to the new warrior rune. Basically we're going to be able to have a new stance which enables every single ability, and I think it increases damage by 10% as well. These are the abilities. If you want to read them, I suppose you can, stop the video. I'm just going to go through them super quick. You can look these up for your class. Some of these have been confirmed by Blizzard and some of them have been data mined. We've got Gladiator Stance. Basically makes it viable to be DPS and use a shield. Taste for Blood causes your rend damage to proc Overpower ability, which will activate for 9 seconds or 1 attack. Because Overpower is very good and has a very high crit chance, this could feed into other abilities really nicely. Sword and Board, it basically acts like other abilities, so your Devastate and your Revenge abilities now have a chance to proc your Shield Slam. So again, Sword and Board will be a big DPS increase for anybody who's going to be a proc warrior, I should imagine. A Shield Mastery basically improves the damage that you deal when you have a shield equipped, reduces your chance to be disarmed. Again, this is going to be amazing in PvP if you want to use a shield. Vigilance, I love this ability. You basically put it on somebody, like a mage for example, and then any threat that they cause, 10% of it will go to the warrior, which should put you over the top, so it's going to be easier for warriors to tank. We've also got Rampage. When you score a crit after 5 attacks or 4 attacks, it will increase your damage by 10%. So amazing for Fury Warriors. And we have Wrecking Crew. Your melee critical hits enrage you, increasing the critical strike damage of all your attacks by 10% for 6 seconds. Yeah, I think this is going to be amazing. All of these are pretty cool. And I should point out they're all unconfirmed. But yeah, highly recommend you go and you look at your specific talents for your class. Anyway, guys, back to the video. Another thing that we're going to have is dual spec. And at the moment, the price mentioned was 50 gold. So you may want to save up some gold. It doesn't have to be 50 gold because remember, when you do level up to level 50, it's going to be a lot easier to make money. So, if you don't have your 50 gold ready, then that's not too much of a problem. Oh, by the way, it was also mentioned that the items in Gnomeregon that you have to buy, like recipes, that cost about 25 gold at the moment, are going to be reduced in price in the future. So you might want to save a little bit of gold and buy them when phase 3 drops and you actually have the cheaper prices. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. So the next raid is going to be Sunken Temple. I'm going to be really interested to see what they do with that, because I actually really like the first 2 raids that they modified, So I think we can really look forward to that, and I think it's going to be really good. Another thing that they said near the end game was that the racial abilities, you're going to get the ability to basically modify and sort of change some of the racials, so that's going to be kind of beneficial if you aren't like an orc, for example, and all the orcs get a slight advantage with axes. You're going to actually have a choice over that, so that's going to be really nice. I am trying to hold threat here. So there are at least another 2 things that I would definitely do before the next phase drops, if you have time, that is. One of them would be to buy up cheap items which are going to be expensive in the future. So, for example, Elemental Earth was going for about 3 or 4 silver previously on the server. So I just bought up a bunch of it because we're going to be able to make weight stones out of it, and I think it's pretty much going to be BIS for warriors. And at the moment I'm a Fury Warrior. I don't know if that's optimal, but I quite enjoy the class, so I thought I'd go for it anyway. And we're always going to need something on our offhand in terms of a weight stone, because stuff like Wind Fury only applies to the main hand, I believe. So yeah, there's going to be a massive demand for, a lot of stones and things. Actually, talking of stones, I should probably put them on my weapon. And the other thing is, a lot of people at the moment are trying to get all the quests done so we can have 20 quests So you can actually go and do a quest and hand it in when phase 3 drops, which means you're going to get a really fast XP boost. It's going to make your leveling experience a lot nicer. So that's something you might want to consider. But there was also confirmation that stuff like wastewater pouches and other items that you can sort of hand in for a lot of XP are going to be nerfed heavily. So wouldn't really bother with that too much. But yeah, you can still get quests and have them in. Oh, during the next phase, Gnomeregon is going to become a bit of a catch-up instance. So we're basically going to be able to go in there and get a whole bunch of XP and get any items that we didn't previously get. So what we actually found with the last phase was a lot of the items in there were still kind of relevant at level 40. Especially for warriors and whatnot. So even though they're not BIS, it's still kind of worth getting like the items that you can get. And oh, another very, very welcome change is places like Sunken Temple are now going to be once a week instead of every 3 days on the cooldown. So that is going to be massively beneficial, because I actually think like a 3-day cooldown is way too much. And to be honest, I've missed a few Gnomeregon resets, especially at the beginning, because there's stuff like, you know, leveling and getting your character up to, you know, the appropriate level to do that. And also, you know, who has time every 3 days, you know? And the other thing I kind of hate is if you haven't played for a while, you kind of lose track of when the resets are, so you're gonna have to look it up online or ask somebody when the reset is, which is just kind of inconvenient. Whereas if it's every week, you know, the reset is on Wednesday night or whatever it's going to be, or you know, you basically know where you stand, so you don't have to really focus so much on what's going on in terms of that. Oh, I haven't even mentioned dual spec. So one of the really cool things which we're going to get is there's going to be a quest, and you can spend 50 gold, I believe, in order to get dual spec. So I'm very likely to go Fury and Protection. I'm going to get a nice shield, so that's going to be great, you know. And I think that's going to be so much better, because at the moment I was sort of tanking in Fury and Arms, and you know, they're suboptimal for tanking, you know. I mean, the threat generation's good, but you're a heck of a lot weaker basically, because you don't have the extra 10% armor bonus, and you don't have you know, the mitigation and the OMG abilities and whatnot. So yeah, that's going to be quite nice. I suppose the other possibility for Fury Warriors is actually going Arms and Fury, and you know, there might be some kind of cool for that. For example, you might want to be Fury on the bosses and Arms on the trash. I don't know, but you know, something like that maybe. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do whatever you want with that. So another good thing is you might want to start saving up for your faster mount. And again, Blizzard hasn't really commented on the price of this, so I assume the price is going to be the same as normal. But obviously it's a lot easier at level 50 to actually make money, because you know, you get more from mobs, etc. You know, the items might be worth more money. So I wouldn't worry too much about that unless you really, really want to get ready for, you know, level 50. I think we're also going to have a leveling buff up to level 40, but then there's going to be no buff on top of that. So, you know, we're going to be leveling like we normally would. I tell you what, one of my favorite places to level, level 40 to 50, is actually Eastern and Western Plaguelands. You know, there's just so much good stuff around there. And, you know, I sort of love all the zombies. And also, you can get some AoE farming going. Then there's a lot of zombies that you can sort of, you know, tank and destroy very, very quickly. Maybe with a mage or a paladin. Oh, paladin's going to be boosted as well, which is great. Wish we had paladins on the horde side, to be fair. But But yeah, there's so much cool stuff coming next phase. I think the awesome thing is, because there is 100% XP boost, if you guys want to get into Season of Discovery and still level your first character, there's still actually time to kind of level up, you know? And there's so many people like leveling up alts and stuff as well, that you know, there's still plenty of people to play with, and there's still a lot going on. So, you know, you hypothetically could still jump into the game, I think, if you want to. Okay, this is probably going to sound a bit weird, but I really think with Cataclysm coming out, which basically completely transforms the world in, like, World of Warcraft, well, retail, I suppose. No, what am I talking about? Yeah, so with Cataclysm coming out in WoW Classic, I think that a lot of people are really going to be quite annoyed, because it completely changes the world, and I was never a big fan of the new world, you know? I mean, in theory, it's better, you know? There's more stuff going on, there's, you know, revised quests and stuff, but I actually really like the classic world, so I think we're going to get to see a lot more people going over to Season of Discovery, because I don't know. I mean, I tried leveling as a night elf in Cataclysm, basically, and beyond, and it just feels so different, you know? It's just lost a lot of the nostalgia. It just doesn't really feel the same. So yeah, I predict that these classic servers are going to be going for quite a long time, although I still think it's a good expansion, don't get me wrong. I'm actually really looking forward to Mr. Pandaria, you know, more than anything else, but that's obviously quite a few years away. But I never really experienced Mr. Pandaria like full on the first time, so I think it's going to be so amazing when that does drop eventually. But anyway, guys, I think I'll leave the video there, partly because I'm sort of dying here. So I'm going to try running away. Okay, whatever. Oh no, I thought I had a health pot somewhere. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. Yeah, see, I'm fine. Anyway, guys, what are you looking forward to next phase? When you watch the video, has the phase already dropped? Is it amazing? Is it awesome? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, goodbye.